Hello, everybody. I am JJ, and I work with these beautiful energies called tuta. And tuta means teacher in the language that emerged. So that's a light language or a heart language, as it came from releasing a past life in my heart space. I just want to let you know I did go to school for shamanism with Alberto Vialdo and Marcela Lobos. That was really fun. It was a whole month and lots of hours and lots of education in shamanism. Tuta, my spirit team, they also they're the ones, my first teachers in shamanism, and I really love learning from both of those, schooling or whatnot. When I do speak my language, you'll see my eyes blink. That's how I register yes and no. And it's not necessarily answering a question that you just asked, because I'm always asking multiple questions constantly in the background. And it's really interesting when it's a maybe, they go like both. I do have some new subscribers, so I'm really excited that you trust me with this journey, and I guess some guidance. The way this works, that I really believe, is we all have this inner teacher. My people, Tuta, really like to talk about the seed, our very beginning. And when I think of that, it actually reminds me of like the universe and like pitch and resonance and sound and frequency. So they really do think that, like, in our beginning, our very beginning, they describe it as a seed, and not just this beginning. They believe from the beginning of us to right now. Let's see. So I start Reiki 15 minutes before I go live. I give Reiki to everyone that shows up, that just watches this. I'll just say it like that. I have a list of clients that have entrusted me, and they get to write down if they would like to be on my client list for the Reiki every Monday. And so when I checked in with you guys personally, these are the people, for whatever reason, needed a little bit of extra. Like, they highlighted Susan, Cheryl, Carol, and Shelly and Michelle with 2 L's, because there's another Michelle as well. So Michelle with 2 L's. So whatever is going on in your life, just know that Tuta's thinking of you guys. The Reiki is thinking of you, and I am too. So those are the people that got some extra today out of the clients. Not saying that we don't all need some extra. And this is my neighbor, Judy. Hi, Judy. We got about 6 inches up here, and it's so beautiful. The fog outside overnight and this morning made everything turn into like a snow sculpture. I took some pictures, so I'll put it on my community page. Also, before we get into the woo-woo where I forget what my name is, I do want to say, if you are looking for me on YouTube, I just want to let you know these are Pacific times. This is where you can find me right now. On Mondays, I do this. On Saturdays, I do Kundalini energy medicine with Terry. And then on Sundays, we do Sundays on the Sofa, where we take mini readings. So if you really want to know like what this is all about for like individuals, there's some really talented people that can give you some mini readings and just get a taste for it and see how that is. And then on 3 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. I do light language conversations with Gerald at Tarot Stash and Karen Starseed Awakening 1111. So that is all that. If you do want to have a private session, this is my website, tutaspeaks.com. That is for private sessions. It costs $55. It's 60 minutes. And you can go ahead and schedule right there on the website. You just click on services and then go to Journey. Yeah, so there's only 3 tabs. I changed it to services on top. So just click on that and yeah, you get to schedule it. You can pay with a credit card. So it's pretty easy. And if anybody ever wants to share their experience with me in private and not in the chat, because sometimes there's a lot that happens afterwards, or maybe it's so much that you need to sit with it for a little bit. You can always email me at tutaspeaks@gmail. I do really love to hear about your experiences. And even if their experiences like, oh, great, now I have vertigo. Thanks a lot. I think that's all the things I needed to say, except for this is a collective co-creation journey. So if you guys, I'm going to say hello to some people, and you go ahead and type in what it is that, what kind of ingredients you want to add to the journey. This is where you can put in, like, I could use some extra help with my back, my heart, a relationship, a job, whatever it is that is speaking to you right now. Go ahead and put that in, and we'll add it to the mix. Okay, so Liz in Awe, I met you yesterday, and it was really nice to connect with you. We talked about a barrier. They showed me a barrier around you. So I'm curious to see what Tuta has to say about that. And thank you for finding me. And then Teresa is here. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. And Rossi and Richie's Reach. You're welcome, Richie. I was just like, guys, I'm first. When we were backstage before we went live, I'm like, I have a question. And so I'm really glad that you showed up. I would have done it even if you weren't there, and I would have just told you to watch the replay. This is Kaylee, Fogo Pogo. Hello. How's everything going with your Reiki? And so a really great thing that Kaylee here does, and some of the other people, is a great place to start is taking a Reiki class. It's not a huge time ask. It's not like it's a ton of time, and a lot of times it's not a ton of money. At least mine wasn't. Mine happened in a weekend for Reiki 1, and there's different levels that you can go to. One thing I've never told you guys is something that's really helpful for me, because I get sometimes I step back when I let the channeling of Reiki or channeling of Tuta go through. And so some of the Reiki symbols, some are easy and some are not. And so these are things that you can get on Amazon. They're like little laminated sheets these actually describe, they're really neat. They're just like little shortcuts. And it says if you go, they have a website. It's, I'll type it in here in case any of you guys are interested. I thought it was quite brilliant, and you can also make them yourself. If you don't have a laminator, you could always use packaging tape on one side or the other, or don't laminate it. However you want to do that. And you could draw them yourself instead of, using somebody else's. Because I know Debbie from Freebird Spirit, she's teaching Reiki, and I really wish I had learned from her. Not to take away from my experience, but maybe I will take a class with her, because she's actually coming up with new symbols. So this is where you can check out the cards. I got mine on Amazon from this person. So Yeah, that really helps. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Lori. Oh, good. Lori says, I can use some extra help with my eye muscles. Good, good, good. I'm going to start making a list. Eye muscle. Ooh, you've been working on the shadow work. Okay. And COVID? Oh, geez. Okay, Liz. You got a couple people with that. The shadow works. Oh, self-forgiveness. Oh my God, you're going to love the card I pulled for today. Okay. Eye muscles. A reoccurring pain in the right foot. Oh, it feels like a stone bruise. It comes and goes, and I don't feel like it's from a physical reason. Okay. You know what's really weird about that, Teresa, is that when I was having like issues with my dad, I was snowboarding and I realized one, I was snowboarding terribly. so um so I slowed down, and then I also noticed that I can't remember if it was my ankle or my toe, but like every time I have an issue with my dad, he's actually stepped out of the physical now, but back then it would show up in my feet. Can you hear the bird? He's knocking. Hope you guys can hear that. Okay. Acceptance with my youngest son. Our bond has been broken by my ex in fall 21, and it hasn't been the same since. So much more to it, but I need to remember it is his journey. Yep. And Willow, today is your journey. Thank you for showing up and sharing that with us. I wish I knew Morse code. That's probably my dad, like. Liz, I'm just going to share what you were saying to Maddie Bug. So Liz here is having a really interesting life. It doesn't sound boring. So usually homebound with weakness and had to go to the bank, almost passed out and sent me into desperation. Have been believing I will heal and to help heal others. Oh, you found a good group of people, Liz. Yep. Seasonal depression. That's why I've got my light on right now. Oh, yeah, the losing hope. Reiki's going well. Good. Good, good, good. Rossi says, help processing new downloads and let go of what is no longer needed. My favorite things. Okay. Can we send warmth to all the critters out there in the cold? Yes. Oh, Lori is talking to Teresa, saying their foot is talking as well. Jana loves Reiki. Yeah, it was my gateway into a lot of energy stuff. Yeah, Susan, you were the one they sent some extra to. I hope that everything is going well with the move and the transition, as with grace and ease as much as possible. So you're trying to become spiritually enlightened. Great. Yay for you. Inner child work. Okay. Yep. Fatima, diabetes and cholesterol, adding that. It's some sort of pecker. It's my dad. Yeah. It's so funny because, there's this story about his brother and him, where I guess my dad's I don't know if it was my dad's nickname or his nickname for his brother, but it was like Stone Pecker because they would just throw stones at each other. So that's really funny. Let's see. Fogo says the woodpecker symbolizes new opportunities, creativity, optimism, courage, motivation, revival, actualization, balance, communication, protection, and discernment. Yay. Okay. Oh, hi, Bar. Advice on anxiety. I have that too. Anxiety. I have anxiety and depression. Okay, so Liz is praying to be released of the barrier. Yep, and effects on my movement forward. Yay, good, good, good. Surprised the bird hasn't started. Dogs barking. Yeah, they're in my room right now. Hi, Sal, and welcome, Hypnicity. Hi, Martha Bean. Is it if possible, big pains come and go on the back of my heels? Ooh, that's not fun. Okay. Oh, didn't get the apart. I'm so sorry, Susan. Oh, I love this one too. I need help with establishing a deeper connection with myself. So many integrations to adapt with. And here's Willow. Here's Willow holding space. I never really knew what holding space for someone was. I had to ask. And when I was at a retreat, I was like, what does that mean, holding space for someone? And, the way that I love looking at holding space for somebody is as being a witness. And that was really big for me to not just like jump in and kind of feel like I was taking on the burden or taking on the situation for the person, because in reality, that wasn't actually what I was doing. Because everybody here is living their own individual journey, their story by themselves. And so holding space is just being a witness, and I love to say holding them in our heart space. And yeah, that's what I think that means. Okay. Liz, the anxiety and depression. Yeah. Okay. All right. And for the people who may not be in the chat over here, you are more than welcome to subscribe. It takes about 5 minutes once you subscribe to enter the chat. But if you don't enter, I'm thinking about all of those things you're adding to this as well. I will share. The reason I brought up my teachers is because Alberto and Marcella and Colette did these oracle cards, and that's the one that wanted to come out and play today. There was two, but the one that actually resonates with some of the stuff that you're saying is the council, and it's a really neat picture. It looks like there's wings back there, lots of feathers, wings, that sort of thing. The eyes are closed and the heart is being held. And so I'll just read a little bit. Oh, you have that deck, Willow? Yeah. So let me see which part they want to share. Okay. They're talking about the medicine of this card, and it says, you are never alone. Turn to the council to find the guidance you seek, and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate and pray. That's pretty cool. And the other one, just a little description of, hi Tarot Stash, a little description of the essence of this card of the council. It says, the council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They're the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross into the spirit world or the world of spirit. Um, let's see, there was another part about they remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your inner wisdom. And it also says they invite you to listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of successes. So I would like to go and chit chat with the council, but we'll see what Tuta says. So the best way to receive the light language for me is to close your eyes, open your heart, get comfy, and just relax, because this is your time, and your time is valuable. So let's go. Paco, Yati, Anako, Pa Ushema. Papa, mama, kyo, tio, tio. They're like, oh, I see many of you have come. Paco nita, koshema, kyo, tio, tio. Mashewa, come closer. Tita, tita, come closer to the fire. Yay, tita, move your chairs closer to the fire. Yana, Yana, it's so nice to see you in the light of the fire. Kutita, kutita, kutita. And the fire has a way of showing things in the light and also the shadows. Oshe, oshe namakotita, ta ta ta, yamakoshewa, mama ye papa no kiata. And it's like they're going to each of you. Kanotita, 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 makotita, mashewa, mashewa, and clearing the ground underneath the fire, underneath our chairs around the sacred fire. Puka, puka, nana yewa. It's just like in a way of like sweeping the ground for this this time together. Pushena, pushena, makotita, makotita, and just taking a breath in and releasing your day and being here. Breathe in and releasing your day. Breathe in and out. Patotita, 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 mama koshe. We're not the only ones here at the fire. Pakotita, mashtata, pakonita, yetita, welcoming the council. Yetita, yetita, makoshe, makoshe, yetita, shine your wisdom on us. Ya pakoshe, pakoshe, makutita, yana, yana, koshe ma yetita. Lift us up, pakoti, pakuti. Lift us up all together as one. Kushe, kushe, kushe. Yanaka ye mama yewa. Mashtita, kyatanashtita. All the things that make us a character. Kutita, kutita. Mama kushe, kushe makyata. Yewa, yewa. Matita mabako ishina yeka. Pashewa maka. And breathing again. How can we be of service today? How can we be of service today? Panotita makotita kutita pakonabaka ashe anada yemawa shemawa. They're bringing in the diamond within a diamond within a diamond shape. Yana taku pa yemashtita yetita yetita. It's like we're not just one thing. Pakonaka panonina takupa ishemayewa. We're characters. Yetita. We're a whole storybook. Makotita ye kashemawa. Ye kashimawa, makotita. And they're saying some of the words we might have received. For some of us, it could be that we're not good enough. Just questioning our value. Pakonako ka tato kama pakoshewa. Patita, patita. Yamakoshewa. They like go to the tree. Ask the tree, do I have value? Go to nature and just say, do I have value? Panutipa okamako pakoshewa. The tree says, do I have value? In the reflection of our question, it's like, look at all the things that I do. Yeah, I could focus on how my roots um, mess with the ground. Maybe you might trip over me. However, it does keep the ground. Tutitano kapaku oshema tiatiano shtita. It helps keep the soil. Papano titano koshewa. It helps the water go down. Kutita, kutita, kutita. It helps with oxygen. Kutitaman koshewa. It's shelter for many animals. And also for us, putitano shtita, when the tree is cut down and the house is made, the dwelling. Kutitana koshewa. Does the tree have value? Mama kuka. Mama kuka naka ishepa maukiata maukiata. There is a Native American here. I can see the decorations on the head. It's like these circles on the side with the feathers coming. Kukanatita, makoti, makuti, yetiatia. Always go back to nature. Kukinama kukanaka shepa kunakia kakaka yewa. Aye, aye. Pick up the things we find in nature, like the Y stick, the stick that looks like the Y. Kunaka ishemawa. Feel the texture. Kianuku kan yamama ko ishema yewa. Ye tita. And talking to the barrier that could be around some of us. Yatu tita. You look at it a different way. Kunupapa ko nishewa makuki. Go under it. Go through the earth. Ashema, Ashema. That is a good place to start for the one with the barrier. Kukamashtitawa, Shemawa, Yay, Tita. They're just saying, remember, there's many ways to go about this journey, about your story. And it doesn't have to be the way it was. It can be about this new way. Kotitama pako shema yewa. Yay, Tita. Yay, Tita. So let's go down into the ground together. Kiatu, katu. Some of you can stay by the fire if that feels really good. And of course, you could always go up to the stars as well. So just imagining a tree in front of us with a door that opens, and we just ask the tree, is it okay if I enter? Do I have permission to enter? Welcome, welcome. And so we go inside the tree. And this is where we get to decide, do we stay here on the middle earth? Do we go under or do we go above? Today, we're going to go under to see about the council. And as we go down this tree, like in an elevator, we just imagine what the inside of a tree feels like. We imagine, can we hear the outside world in a muffled tone? Boucher, or is it quiet with just our breath? Tano tanoshtita, and the door opens again. Kietanoshtita, and we walk into this room, this special room for us. Yamakuti, katanaka, washewa. Etita, they're like, welcome, welcome, come here too. Kietanoshtita. Pull up a rock to sit on, and they're laughing because the rocks are boulders. They're heavy. Kutita, anaka, shewa, yewa, tiatianashtita. They're like kind of joking about like how strong we are. Kiatika, makushewa. Yenita, yenita. And they say, really feel our feet on this compacted dirt underneath us. Really imagine and envision what this impacted dirt underneath our feet feels like. What color is it? Looking at your toes, can you see the color around your feet just a little bit? And then when you see that, you can go out a little bit more and a little bit more. just to see, like, what is this all about, this room? Pakotita, Konokopa Oshimawa. And what does this room smell like? Was the dirt underneath our feet? Was it a mountain once? Was it a rolling hill? Was it washed in the river? The dirt under our feet has a story. And opening up to that energy coming through our feet, talking to the pain that's in our ankles, our feet, our toes. Tuti tamakushewa, the medicine and the essence of the earth, the dirt, coming right through our feet, illuminating us. Ya tita, ya tita, ya tita. They're like, you didn't know dirt could do this, right? Kiata, kiata. Coming up the lower legs. This beautiful energy from the earth, like the earth song. Pamakuka, pamakuka, and then going into our knees and looking what's going on with our knees. Kutita, kutita, mashtitawa, shiwa, and feeling this energy there. And then going into the upper leg, all around the upper leg, right up until our hips, the buttocks, the pelvic floor. And we're going to stay right here for a second. Pamu ashtatano ka ya tita, ya tita, the pelvic floor and the hips. Yato tita, mako tita. Ye tita. Ashewa ye mako tita, nui tu ka she kuiwa, shewa. And they say, isn't it interesting that we know that the moon affects the tide, and we have water inside of us as well. Makotita, makotita. But did we ever think about the planet that we're standing on? Kotita, what does our planet do? Kiata, makoshewa. Mashewa, didn't think of that, did we, children? Shewa. Matuto noshita, the one thing, a couple things about the earth. Yatita moshita is it changes. Yakotita, where there'll be a mountain. Tita moshita makoshewa, maybe that's under the water. Kyatita, a volcano changes, it blows off its top. Yapa makoshewa. Rivers, yatuta, they come and go. Kapakushimaka, they can help things grow. This river, kutitama kushewa, with the irrigation and how clever we humans are. Kyatatashewa, we can play on the river. Yatatanashtita, we can eat from the river. Yatuki tapakushematia. Yetita, but the river can also carve stone. Kushe, how wonderful water is. Yata. So we can change. Papa kuishe makotita yetita, and we can grow. The earth can help us grow. Patuti anokashemawa. And so thinking about the pelvic floor and the hips. Yanu kasheu kaitai. Mashe kai tau kai. Mai tau kai ti, mau kai tau kai, mai. Bringing the energy into the pelvic floor. Kushe maukai. Yena taukai. Mai taukai. And they say we're good at changes too, because we used to be little babies. And look what we are now, how magnificent the human body is. Pashe kaukai tau sheuki tau kaiti mai tau kaiti. And these are the parts of us that help move us forward: the feet, the lower leg, the knee, upper leg, the hips. Tata kushe pauki, like it's the root and the trunk. Kyata mashe paukai titanaukai. Sometimes even when a tree has a hard time, maybe it has fallen over. Kutita makushe matutanumashita, but sometimes it also regrows. Tiana pakushe ukaita, regeneration. Pawa makushe wa pakushe wa, regeneration. Let's call that in from the council and from the earth, the regeneration. Tushe tushe kawashe wa. They're saying we have some battle scars from the beginning of our time to right now. Kushe kushe kaiti. They're like, you guys like to get in trouble. You get scraped up. Pamakushe, pamakushe, pamakushe. It's one of the things they love. Ashe, washe, mawa. Very entertaining of us. Yatita, yatita, maukai, aiti. Kyanata, going into the digestion, the stomach, all of the things in the belly. Kushe, a whole garden of things, they say. A whole garden of the things inside of us. Tata ye tita ye tamaukaiti. And as working with the council and our inner teachers, just checking in with what about this middle part of us, the side, the belly, the digestion, all the things, whether it's emotions as well, feelings, emotions, tutitama kushe pawa, and the lower back, kutita, kutita, kutita mashewa, feeling and inviting that energy from the earth, from the all that went all the way from our toes, the bottom of our feet, our heels, all the way up our legs into the pelvic floor, like this beautiful, a beautiful pool of light, yanaka, and feeling the, whether it's warm or cool, whatever it is you sense, feeling it go into the lower back and the middle of us. Feeling that energy as if it's a bubbling stream, a bubbling spring. It's a bubbling spring, this beautiful medicine from the earth. Just asking our inner teacher, Kutitama Koshewa, thank you for being there when I was unaware of you. If I was unaware of you, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for holding space. And relaxing the lower back, feeling this energy just weaving in and out, throughout, outside of us, inside of us. Feeling the easing of our muscles. Feeling the ease of our muscles. Really melt into ourselves. And going to our lungs for the folks having the lung issues. Makutita, Oh, if you could only sing a song, but the lungs, yato tita, the congestion, yata, yata, magushe na kyata ta ita ushe. Makutita, makutita, mashewa. Tata mashe paukai. They're showing me the lungs and the rib cage as wings of the bird, the white bird. Pakitita mashe oka ukai tita ukai. And they're likening it to the leaves. Tanaku, tanaku, tanaku kaye. Whoosh, nanakya, nanakya, nanakya. They're saying, look how our leaves, titanos tita, they breathe in, they breathe out. Maku, 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 maku. They breathe in and they breathe out. Kuti, 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 bringing that beautiful earth energy into our lungs, our heart. Breathing. Going up to the mid-back, easing our muscles, melting, relaxing. Anoti, anoti, and they're like going to the voice area, us for the little birds that we are. Kutita, 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 yetita, all the different volumes of our song. Kota mago shematia, mago shematia tia nashtita. And they're like, isn't it interesting? They're like showing me how we can build the sacred fire within us, within our this place between our heart and our voice. Matita, matita, maka shewa, shewa. And they say that if you're traveling in the dark and you see a fire, kutita noshtita, the welcoming fire. Malawa shemawa, shewa. But the fire can also be a tutita mako shewa, titonoshtita, the thing that cleanses, Yatu kita mako shewa nuishtewa, just like how the water has different things, the fire has different things. It can warm, it can destroy. Panutita, so thinking about these things that we are able to do with this inner sacred fire. Patutita noshtita, the voice, the heart space. Yanotita, yanutita. Ashewa no kyata noshtita. Yetita noshtita maku shewa. And they're like, it's not always the comforting fire that we speak, that we attract. Yanota, yanuta, yetita nashtita. Sometimes people will just come to this fire, kyata, kyata, because you're a good person. Tita nashtita, to hear their story. Ya tita, ya tita. And they're showing me the bat. Yanaka shepa ukita. And so if you have a lot of those experiences with people, attracting some of those people. If that's good, that's great. But if you would like a little bit of a shift, we're just going to ask the bat, kuta, 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 how to change our frequency. So that echolocation doesn't quite work on all of those people we would prefer to not approach our sacred fire. Koka, koka no ka shema, yewa, yewa, tiata noshtita. So counsel, inner teacher, bat, and energy from the earth. Please help change our frequency. Kano shema, and they're brushing off our shoulders, bringing that energy into our upper back, our shoulders. For our angels in this group, the ones brushing off where the wings will either grow or the wings are. Kuki, 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 tamaka. And if the wings are drenched with what life is happening to us, the weathering of the storm, just knowing that these wings are slowly being dried out. And they hold you in their heart space for the ones with the wet wings. And really relaxing those muscles, easing those muscles in our neck and our shoulders, behind our shoulder blade, those knots, just easing and relaxing in the chest area, in the front of the throat, the back of the neck, down our arms, our elbows, the lower part of the arm, our wrists, our palms, the top of our hands, our fingers. You can stretch and wiggle, shake, whatever it is that you feel like doing right now. And feeling that frequency of anxiety and how it affects the tension in our body. So, like, isn't it interesting that um, our body reacts to anxiety? So, if it's like something we can get ourselves into, how come we can't get ourselves out of it? Like, if you can get a cold, how come we can't get out of the cold? Kanotita, shewa, shema, kyatita. It's the great mystery, they say. Yatita, yatita, kushe, kushe, kushe. They really do love us, but we also entertain them. Bakunita, bakunita. And bringing that energy, energy of laughter, of just giving ourselves a break. Really laughing and giggling and just being like, yeah, what a silly human I am. Ugh, so funny. Going up, bring the energy into the throat, the jaw, the back of the neck. Sitting with that energy. For the people who have the headaches, the reoccurring headaches, the migraines, the eye tension, the sinus stuff, the jaw stuff, the TMJ, ye tita, ye tita, komakoshe wa. They're joking with me because it's like I almost said TMZ, which is like a gossip thing, which is funny because we're talking about the jaw. Yeah, they're like, we see you. Katita, katita. Patita nostita, makoshe. Just bringing that energy, that beautiful earth energy, to our temples, our sinuses, relaxing our jaw, relaxing the sinuses, relaxing the eyebrows, the eyes, the third eye, the forehead, the crown of our head, everything inside of our head, all of it. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And now that we've brought this energy from our feet all the way up through the trunk, the middle, and the upper part where the leaves are of our inner tree, we can also release things. How the tree releases oxygen, we can release these things, almost like releasing the steam of our life, the exhaust of our lives. If are we feeling exhausted, then just see that exhaust floating out through our energy and into the air outside of us. It will be cleaned up by others. Don't worry about that. You can see it as like the clouds of exhaust. You could see it as steam, as fog. You can see it as leaves falling or energy, whatever it is that works for you. This is a beautiful time to let go of the things that aren't feeding us anymore. They're not offering us any nutrition. There's no gift. So we release it. From the beginning of our time to right now. Even if we're in another realm, living like a life right next to this one, just really acknowledging the releasing. And the relaxing of all of the muscles within us. It's as if we have these valves when things, spirit, maybe spirit gets a little too strong in our body, maybe frustration, maybe grief. We can open up these valves as if we're like an Instapot cooker, a rice cooker, and just releasing some steam because it feels so uncomfortable keeping it in. And they say the sacred fire burns within us. The rivers flow through us as if we're this beautiful reflection of everything around us. So important to release the steam because some of it's not even ours. And they're talking about the value. They're going back to the very beginning. Does the tree have value? Just looking the tree from the roots all the way up to the leaves. Does it have value? And then seeing the tree looking at us from our toes all the way up to our hair. Do we have value? And before we leave this beautiful earth energy, just go ahead and take some time with yourself because you're here showing up for yourself. Think about the things that you want to grow. Think about the things that you want to change. And if you're not sure where to start, they're saying, think about a seed, and you want the seed to grow. But the seed doesn't just grow by itself, like on a counter somewhere. It's like there's a whole process to the growing. And it might look like it's really easy, but think about what it takes to grow a seed. How does it change from a seed to a sprout? What are the things that that really assist and support its growth? And it's not things being all perfect, because as a young sapling, if it doesn't experience some of the strong winds, the strong rains, then it may not grow strong enough. What does your body what does your body need for support? Your spiritual journey. See if you can feel that whole vibration, the energy flow in your body, in your hands. And just letting you know that you are a beautiful, magical, lovely, and troubled sometimes human. And the tree is also saying in the council that sometimes to show um, our true beauty, sometimes there needs to be some shadow, some storms that come through. And they witness all of this for us. And they say, like, right at the beginning of us, when we are the seed, the seed that we have in our inner body, our inner soul seed, um, we are loved, we are supported. We have the things around us to grow. And um, if we need to extract or add anything into our lives to make the environment for growth and support a more comfortable place to grow, then think about ways on how to do that. because you're your own gardener. Yeah. So let's be easy with ourselves, everyone. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. One thing I like to do after a journey is to just tap my head and tuck myself back in from all of the journeying and imagining that I've been doing. At this part of the journey, if you feel like you've got this energy flowing and you need to step away from the live stream, feel free to do that. For the people who would like to share anything that they experienced, you can also do that. And I often get the question is if if I share this with someone or if I watch the replay, will it have the same effect? From my own personal experience, um, sometimes it's the same effect, but a lot of times I feel something even different, which is really nice. So feel free to share this with others. Um, and yeah, let's see what some people are saying. Nana Heather, checking in for my tardy slip. Jules is sneaking in. Yeah, for the people who showed up, welcome, welcome, welcome. This one was really fun. So if you feel called to, definitely either re-listen, replay, or better yet, go outside, hang out in nature. They are really here for us. Yeah. I can feel that for me, I can feel the energy, and it's almost like I can hear like a slight ringing in my ear. It's like a beautiful, like almost a beautiful, relaxing pitch. Like my ears are more open. Hypnicity says, pull in the warmth from the embers. See, we have the best sayings here. I should start writing these down because they would be great cards for people, like in the get well section of Hallmark. Pull in the warmth from the embers. Yay. Lori says goosebumps of oneness. And hello to Tarot Ask Backwards. Welcome. Susan, so Catherine got dizzy on her first time listening to a video. Yeah. Fogo Pogo says, I love how they're talking about the trees. I did a past life regression last night and it was all about the trees, except I was an ET studying them and the neural pathways that connect the trees. That's not the first time that I feel like Tuta and you have been co-creating, because you are also, weren't you the one that was doing a meditation with Terry and you came up exactly what the journey was that we were experiencing? The forest is the same sort of biodome. Teresa says, is reminding us that some seeds require a fire to sprout. Maybe our gifts birth easier from fire. Yes. And Susan, it was you with the wet wings. Yeah. There might be more than you, but yes, I was thinking of you. Teresa says, when do all the beautiful colors fill the sky on the edge of darkness? When the sun sets and rises, when do we see the stars and the moon in the dark? Another great card. Liz says, that was amazing. I'll be listening to this again for sure. Good. Brenda over with Imagine with Me Shamanic Journey says, the singing was so beautiful and touching. I could listen to it all day. Thank you. Jana says, thank you, JJ and Tuta and the council. That was amazing. I loved where they brought us. Patty O says, thank you. You're welcome. The singing is your favorite, Fogo. Thanks. I love the council telling us, says Lori, the way that we're own gardener. That makes my heart happy and felt reassured too. And oh, Fox with a book says, "Thank you. It was amazing." Um, Foxes are pretty important to my teenager Finn. Finn has an animal guide that they call Foxy. Foxy helps out a lot. Liz in Awe says, "Thank you. Have a council of a few Indians with headdress that show up to the right of me and discuss what I need. They were here today." I'm really curious, Liz, because this is the first time I saw this one, and it had like the round. I'm not sure if it's made out of like things from nature, like I'm not sure, but anyways, it was white, it was round, and then it had um, like feathers and things coming off from the side. That's the first time I've witnessed that person. I'm wondering if that one came with you. Bar says, "It showed me to take time for myself and laugh more. They really have a way, don't they, Bar? Oh, God, they're so funny." Richie's Reach says, "I saw certain animals as you were taking us through the different zones, like a red snake at the pelvis, a tiger at the lungs, and an elephant at the neck." Nice. Um, are they connected to the zones or the healing? Matuti, it's like when a bird shows up on the wing of the wing of a tree. I think they were showing up for you. I'm not sure. You'll have to explore that a little bit more and let us know, Richie. Fatima says, "Thank you. I feel a little different." Good. Jules, beautiful singing. Thank you. Yeah, that comes from Tuta. Because even if I were to like sing like a song from the radio right now, it's not as pretty as what Tuta does. Oh, Liz. Oh, could not help but put my face on the sweet earth and breathe it in. Oh, lovely. Yes, Kaylee, you do tend to vibe. Willow saw a purple swirling in the third eye. Gerald says, "Thank you. I've been listening in. You're welcome." Martha Bean loves intense purple. Fogo says that sounds more Mayan to me. Oh, and Liz says that is one of them. One of them is a chief. Okay, that's good. I'm so happy I got to see it too. Lori says a red snake is also a symbol of energy, power, and vitality. And you saw the snake. Oh, that's kind of cool. That was in the pelvic floor, wasn't it, the red snake? Teresa says, "I'm so relaxed and quiet." Yeah, it feels good. You're welcome, Martha Bean. I'm really grateful that you were here with us today. And feeling so connected as a tribe with you. Yes, Liz. One thing I say like a million times is the people here in this community, this beautiful online community, are so supportive, and it helps. This is one of the things that helps me grow. You know, it's you can really be yourself here, and you can be you can be a storm, you can be a sunny day, anything you want to be. We do hold space for one another. Richie says, "At the end of the journey, I saw what looked like a bunch of Cheerios being dumped into a vessel, but I heard it was, oh, blood plasma, and it was flowing down." Oh my God. Is this the download of info or healing? I love the stuff you get, Richie. And you're right. The plasma, doesn't it kind of look like a Cheerio? I'm gonna have to look up plasma again. I accept that infusion of plasma. Yes and yes, say Teresa. And right on the heels of that is Fogo Pogo with both. You're welcome, Susan. If you're looking for a solution out there, I hope that you find it with what's going on. I know that you were looking forward to that and other feelings. Sorry that fell through for you. Yeah, you're giggling with joy. They are so funny. So thank you everybody for showing up and watching the replay. If that's what you're doing right now, please share this with anybody you think that might enjoy it. Lori says the elephant is a spirit animal that brings you strength, wisdom, stability, and love. Its presence in your life means that you are a person of power. Well, that's what the snake was too, right? Capable of meeting any challenge that comes to you. Wow. You picked some good animals came to you, Richie. Sarah says, thanks for the beautiful journey and release work. I liked allowing exhaustion in. Yes. Isn't that cool how they did the exhaustion into exhaust? All right, you guys go enjoy your day. And again, the next thing that comes up for me is the Kundalini energy, which is, in my experience, learning about Kundalini, but it felt a lot of like what we did today, where we bring in and invite in information from not only our inner teacher, but from nature. So if you're interested in that, that's the next one coming up. And you can like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, just make sure it's all notifications. And then that way, hopefully, if the YouTube stuff works, it will let you know when a live stream has been on, or, to watch the replay as I stumble over my words. All right, everybody, have a great day. It was a pleasure being here with you.